So let's have a look at a few examples here on the shelf of my greenhouses of things that perhaps didn't go quite to plan. Here what we're looking at is the second shelf down of my greenhouse. So the top shelf's just here, and I like to get seeds started on either the second or the third shelf in my greenhouse, because seedlings generally don't like direct sunlight to start off with. They like to acclimate at once. Now you can see, particularly with the taller broad beans, is they are bending that way. Okay, and that's because that's where the light is. There's a shelf above, so they can't get any light from above. It's all coming from the side there or this way. And to be honest with you, most of the light we get, this is not an ideally situated greenhouse, is from that direction. So they're going to grow that way. So what can we do about it? If it's just a single pot you're dealing with, you just turn the pot to the opposite direction. Okay, if it's a whole tray you're dealing with, you carefully would take a tray out. And you can see here I'm growing these in a grow bag tray, just so it makes it easy to slide around, move things about, and for them to soak up what water they need. Just need to top that water level up because these are a little bit dry and I don't think it's quite getting enough there, so I'm going to top up the water in a moment. So again, these ones here, and the great thing is I don't even have to move them sort of off the shelf then, so I don't have to worry about this tight shelf area. And you see they're now all facing this direction, and so what they will naturally do now is grow that way, and then they'll start going like that again, and I'll turn them again. One thing I could do if I was getting no light from this direction, so sorry, this direction, is to put either some kitchen foil here, or I could use a space blanket, you know, like the ones they put around people who have just run a marathon. So I could do that here, and I could what I want to do is crinkle it up as much as possible, because as much little angles and sides in that foil, the better it will reflect the light. And I could just attach that here. Here I have for you an absolute horror show. These were, and sort of still are, my chilies and peppers. And when I started these, it was very cold out here, and it still wouldn't be warm enough out in this greenhouse to properly germinate my chilies and peppers. They really want a temperature of about 20 degrees C or over to get them the seed germinating. So what I did was I put them in the seed tray there, put the propagator lid over, and for these I used used a little bag for that one there, and a little propagator lid for that one, and I put them into my airing cupboard, and it was meant to be for about 5 to 7 days, just to get them germinating. And I got quite a serious eye injury and basically couldn't do anything. I couldn't be out in the light. I eventually, after a few weeks, managed to get them out, and unfortunately my jalapeno ones here have failed, because although there was some little seedlings, now some mold has set in, and that's them finished. So I'm just going to get rid of this and just sow again. So that's one of those examples where you just cut your losses and go, that didn't work out, I'll just start again. And here is an example of some really leggy ones, which is really what I wanted to focus on. So what we got here, oh, so this is a pepper, California Wonder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and rescue these. And peppers are chilies are actually the same family as tomatoes, and you can use the same sort of technique for tomatoes. Now, one thing I would say is that I'm just going to handle these with my bare hands now. I've got to make sure I wash my hands thoroughly before I do anything, so particularly like try and rub my eyes or anything like that. I've actually got a proper little transplanting tool here. What I'm going to do is, normally when you're transplanting, you're waiting for the second set of leaves to come through. So first, you'll normally with these plants, dichotomous plants, which means basically two leaves, they'll throw out these 2 seed leaves. You then wait for the next set of leaves to come through, which are the true leaves, and that's then sort of when you will plant them on. But these are so leggy, they need rescuing. We're going to just grab them by 1 seed leaf and gently lever up. Okay, you'll see there it's got a little bit of root on. We're then going to go to our pot and we're going to make a little hole with this. And again, you know, you could use a pencil quite easily for this task, and I'll do the next one demonstrated with a pencil. And you're just trying it until you get it to a depth you're happy with, just gently teasing it down, not to crush the stem. And then there we go, firming down there. And you see this one's got a bit of a lean on it towards where it wants to grow. So where my main light source is on the shelf, which is that direction, I'm going to turn it opposite to that so it straightens up. And that's it there. Let's do one with a pencil, because there's a neat little trick I want to show you with a pencil. Here I've got a wooden pencil, okay, and I've got my pots there. Let's just use that. So I can create my hole as deep as I like with this pencil. I then can, if I just the same, grabbing by, oh god, this is a bit of a tangle. Let's have a look at this. There we go. Grabbing by a seed leaf, never the stem, because you only get 1 stem, yet it can grow more leaves. So if you crush the stem, it's game over. I can lever that out. Oh, there's a good amount of growth on that. They're generally a little bit more difficult to lever out with a pencil, but one thing I like now is I brush it off on my trousers and I rub it against my trousers to create a little bit of static electricity, and you can see it sticking to the pencil. So I'll just rub that again. You can do this with any sort of little bit of wood like this. It sticks there and you can easily guide it down into the hole. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's create our hole. Nice big hole here. Get the static electricity and then just guide it down into the hole. That's probably going to be about right. Firm it around, and again it's bending that way, so I'm going to have it on the shelf that way round. And that's what you do. You just bury them deeper. Works very well with tomatoes and members of the tomato family. So but it's worth trying your luck with any seeds. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and you just start again.